Let me guess, you've probably seen one of these videos, or at least something that looked pretty similar. And you were wondering what are they doing for a living, how can they be this rich? And suddenly, they mention trading. And of course offered you their course. Now if you never heard about it, trading looks like some crazy money glitch and you start to believe that you can be as successful as them. But here's the thing. There's one part they never show you in those videos. Today I'm here to show you what it really takes to be a trader. Hi, my name is Matthew and this is Focus Charts. First of all, I want to say that I personally don't have anything against people who make videos like I showed you. I totally understand that it's their business model and content like this basically sells their courses. So if they're not complete frauds and actually teach you something from their courses and give you some real value you can use, I'm kinda okay with this content. But the truth is, most of the time that's not the case. My main problem with videos like that is that this image of luxurious lifestyle attracts people to trading who probably shouldn't be trading at all, and that's one of the reasons why 90% of traders will fail. Okay, this video is mainly for beginners who barely know what trading is. But if you've already taken your first steps, it might still be worth watching, because it can give you some tips, tricks and maybe fresh perspective. This is something you should do in the first place if you're considering trading as your career. Many people who start trading think it's easy. You just open chart, do some analysis and place a trade. But that's not true at all. People who think like this will trade for a month, 2 or maybe 3 and suddenly realize it's not that simple, because instead of making money they lose it, and at that point most of them will quit, disappointed and thinking that trading is a scam. But some decide to stay, they take it seriously, they start learning and putting in the work, and that's the point where the real chance they can succeed and join the 5 to 10% of people who actually make it. So, before you start your trading journey, you need to know that trading is not an easy business. In fact, it's one of the hardest. There are many other ways to build wealth where your chances of success would actually be higher. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to start a company, but you exactly don't know what you want to do. So you randomly decide to make computer processors. But there's one big problem. You have no idea how are they made. You don't know the technology, you don't have the resources, and you don't even have a plan how to get them. That doesn't sound like the best business strategy, right? You would never start a company without a plan, without anything. So why the hell would you start trading if you don't know what it takes? And that's why your first step is to create a plan. A plan that should include things like how are you going to trade? What strategy you want to use, how and where you will learn it, and the most important thing that leads us to the next part of this video is trading really for you? Okay, one thing you need to know is a little bit sad reality. Trading is just not for everyone. Of course, everyone can trade, but it doesn't mean that everyone should. The main reason why it is so hard to succeed is because it's extremely stressful and mentally demanding. You need the ability to handle not only losses, but even wins. And that's not easy how it sounds. For example, when you're in losing streak, and trust me, it will happen, it becomes much harder to deal with each loss. That's where most people fail. They desperately want to take a winning trade. They start forcing trades, seeing patterns on the charts that aren't really there, and entering positions outside of their strategy. And that's exactly how accounts are blown. But the same thing can happen with winning streak. A few good trades in a row and suddenly you feel like a trading genius. You get overconfident, increase your risk and eventually end up making the same mistakes. This kind of behavior has to be avoided if you want to be consistently profitable. So if you already know you can't handle losses in the long run, or you are impatient, then trading might not be for you. Because even if you become profitable, you'll still have losing trades. That's just a part of the game, and there's no such thing as 100% win rate strategy. And if someone tell you otherwise, they are lying. But if you believe you can handle both wins and losses, you can give trading a try. Just keep in mind this: at the beginning you will lose money, you will trade emotionally, and it will be difficult. But if you stick to your plan, you will step by step learn to remove emotions from your trading. At that point, trading becomes more of a mechanical process. And if you reach this psychological level, you're basically set. But like I said, it's not easy. In the end, strategies are easy to learn. The hard part is mastering yourself. No fancy strategy will save you if you don't have the right mindset. So what does it really take to make it as a trader? First of all, you need to be motivated enough to keep going even if you fail. You must be patient and understand that success in trading is never free. It takes a lot of work, sacrifices and discipline. You'll have to sacrifice both time and money. Because in the beginning you will lose money, like I said before, and you'll basically give up most of your free time. You'll spend countless hours learning, studying and backtesting your strategy. For example, I've spent more than 3 years just learning. And I'm learning even today, because in trading you never really stops. Markets are evolving and you have to evolve with them. Now imagine this situation: 3 years of effort, learning, studying, backtesting and losing money. Now, would you handle this? Because that's a likely scenario and you better be prepared for it. It can be incredibly frustrating and devastating. You also need to keep your expectation realistic. The lifestyles you see on social media, the luxury cars, watches and trading from beach, that's most of the time fake. Or at least it's not from trading alone. Many of these gurus will sell you courses and that's where they get their money. And it's fine if they give you some real value in their courses. But many of them are just frauds. So don't let them trick you to think that trading is some shortcut to instant wealth. If you believe you can handle this pressure and ride this emotional roller coaster, then go ahead and give it a try. I really believe in you and together we can make it. But be prepared, because the difficulty of this journey is the main reason why so many people fail. Think about it. If it was easy, then everyone would do it. So don't do stupid things. Learn from proper sources, build your own strategy or find one that really fits you. Then backtest it, test it live, and just be prepared for what markets can do and for what your emotions can do. Because trust me, you'll learn a lot more about yourself in this journey than you ever expected. Okay, I know this doesn't sound good. In fact, it sounds like trading is a horrible business and nobody should do it because it will break you. But if you know what to expect, if you have a plan, and if you're truly motivated, then it can be absolutely worth it. Because trading can give you something you won't find anywhere else. In theory, you can work a few hours a day. In reality, it's often different, but it is possible. You can do it from anywhere with an internet connection, which is basically everywhere. Even the famous trading from the beach is possible, though I wouldn't recommend it, but it is possible. You can also trade at any time of the day. I personally like to trade during specific hours, but that might not be your case. And it's another beautiful part of trading, because you can adapt your strategy to your own preferences and your own style. There's no boss telling you what to do, no colleagues to deal with, unlike in a 9-to-5 job. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about 9 to 5 like many people could tell you. I can even promise you that you will put much more effort and time into trading than you would into most jobs. Also, in 9 to 5 you have a salary that you can rely on, which you can't really say about trading. There can be times, and there probably will be times, when you won't make anything for weeks or even lose money. On the other hand, a 9 to 5 salary is usually fixed and usually the same every month. In trading, your earnings can grow almost indefinitely if you keep improving and stay consistent. So, if trading is something you really wanna do, if it's your dream career, then you'll be happy doing something you really love. And I'm not gonna lie, it can also bring pretty impressive paychecks. So if you've considered everything I've talked about and you still want to trade, keep these points in mind. Educate yourself. Learn about different trading strategies, concepts and approaches. Then figure out what really fits you and study it deeply. Be motivated. There will be ups and downs, and sometimes you'll wanna quit. Always remember why you started. Strong motivation can significantly increase your chances of success. Be patient. You won't make it overnight. It takes a lot of time to really understand how trading works. Have a realistic expectations. Trading is difficult. Don't expect to get rich quick. Be ready to put in serious effort. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments if you want to start your trading journey or if you are already trading. You can also share this video to your friends if they are thinking that they will start trading. It might help them too. Okay, thank you so much for watching, see you next time and stay focused on charts.